Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill and I am so excited to see you this Monday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV for a very cool video. Now, of course, my name is Katie O'Neill. You can find me at 303-562-8659. Again, 303-562-8659. And I'll come to you live every Monday. But keep in mind, Transwest does an RV video 5 days a week, sometimes twice a week. If you tuned in a little earlier, you caught Taylor Smith doing a video on an Echo. And as usual, I like to start my videos from the inside out. So please go ahead and start from the inside out. Take her on back. Christina's filling in for Jody today. Jody is behind the scenes on the camera duty. And we are really looking forward to showing you a very nice 2023 bath and a half Newmar Essex. This is the 4551 and this is a gorgeous coach. So one of the things that's super fun about this is the Sedona glazed maple high gloss finish. And of course this bath and a half is very popular. In 2023 we came out with this all new rendition and this coach was originally sold in North Trail. Now it has been replaced by another 2026 4551 which is currently on order. It's one of the things that's so exciting today is I can show you how you can have what you love and even trade it in and keep what you love about the things that you love. Does that make any sense? Well, somehow it does, I'm pretty sure. Now, first and foremost, one of the things I love the most is, of course, this shower. I love all of the two-tone faucet fixtures. Of course, you've got your spray and pour feature. You'll see it's down here on the floor. We've winterized this coach. It's probably as cold as this RV has ever been, but it's on a nice slide. There's also the assist handle, and then conditioner, shampoo, and body wash. And the funny thing is they've never taken the plastic off of those. They just didn't use them when they were using the coach. And this coach has really been around the entire country. I met the owners. They stopped by on their way through Colorado. We just got to talking about everything they loved about this RV, but some of the things that they'd like to change, and they wanted a different floor plan. So that's what we've done. We've got the same 2026 Essex coming in with a different floor plan, and we've done some fun modifications for the interior for them. But something that I want to point out here is that in 2023, we already had our cathedral ceiling, but what we didn't have was this great faucet set, nor this shower that has these double shelves. Now, our 250-pound rated teak bench we've had for a long time, but this was really a brand new launch for the Essex. So this is what we would call the traditional package, and now you can also get a contemporary package. So this is a very beautiful coach, but something we didn't see a lot of in 2023 was this Sedona trim. So I love to show this high gloss wood trim. Christina, go ahead and pan around back. I want to just show you one of the features that you'll get in the Essex is not just this beautiful, twill that you see and this kind of nice detail around these closet doors, but also the cedar lining in the closet. And then, of course, the reason the 4551 is so popular is because of things like the shelving that you see over here on the right, where you can keep all of your, sweaters, any of your larger items, anything that's more bulky, and also perhaps even some appliances if you have like a toaster oven or a coffee maker that you're going to take while you're en route. Very easy place to store it. Now you'll notice the lights are off, so if I locked this, it would be locked. I could unlock this. And when I do and I open it, you'll see the lights pop right back on. And here we have a very, very good example of the craftsmanship in this coach. So this Sedona maple is, of course, high gloss finished here, but it's really nice to see it here in its natural look. So this is an unfinished product, and you can see these beautiful shoe wardrobes, but it really kind of shows the quality that is underneath the finishes of this coach, because when you can see this wood in its raw format, this beautiful dovetailing, you really know you've got such a nice, nicely made product, so solid, so enduring, and then you've got two hanging spaces over here, and again, that cedar lining in the back is just great for anybody who wants to be able to keep some wool sweaters or things like that. Now you'll notice here we have our egress door. This is one of the nice features that we opted to keep in the new coach that they ordered. And also, I wanted to show this little guy. This is kind of fun. If you ever have an emergency and you need to escape, There's a great little ladder right here on the back of this door. You can get in and out very safely. You don't have to worry about slips or falls on your way down. But it's also a great place just to go ahead and out at the end of your long road trip. You know, just a really convenient feature here. Now, poor Christina, she's getting pinned in here. Let's go ahead and open this or close this door for you. As I close this, though, please note towel racks on the back here. Also, you've got a really nice robe hook up there. And over here in the sink area, this is one of the things that we actually opted to change in their future model. So the new coach, you can get a medicine cabinet here. But one of the best features I felt like they came out with in 23 were these beautiful mirrors. Just absolutely gorgeous mirrors. Of course, you've got these beautiful vessel sinks. Again, your two-tone faucets, your nice big medicine cabinets. You've got two 110 outlets in the medicine cabinet. And then this great detail down below, which is going to also kind of show off, you know, not only the mirror itself on top, but the antique mirroring down below, set in these, again, very high-end cabinets. Really nice maple shelves there. A great little place to keep toothbrush. And then you've got these beautiful solid drawers, full extension, all soft close, dovetailed finishes. And one thing I'd like you to note about this coach, this was literally traded in or brought in from Florida on Friday. So we haven't done like a full detail. We haven't done a PDI. This is just how clean this coach came in. Christine, let's trade places. I want to just go ahead and show off the washer and dryer here. So in 2023, very interesting little tidbit here. You've got a 240 volt Whirlpool washer and dryer as opposed to the Splendide. Now they don't make this washer and dryer anymore, so we're kind of bummed. Everyone is, you know, back to the 110, but this 240 was actually a really special feature that you got only in the Essex. And keep in mind, a lot of neat things happened for the Essex in 2023. You know, the Spartan chassis, the K3 chassis was newly redesigned. Also, you got new front and rear end caps, a whole new interior design for this coach. I mean, really quite a bit of new things for this product. But most importantly, this coach has a 640 lithium-ion battery bank with two pure sine inverters. So you actually have dedicated air conditioning for your central air in this coach for the first time in this model year. Now, of course, we've come to, you know, expect that in most of our high-end coaches. It's a standard feature now on the Essex. But, you know, in 2023, this was something that was really changing the way for people, especially for people, for instance, that lived in Florida, where it's really humid a lot of times. It's very nice to have that whole coach being cool going down the road without even having to start your generator. It's just running off of that second inverter that they've dedicated for air conditioning. Now, Christina, watch your step, but take a look down at this floor on your way through. This is another great treat. This is something that I would say is very indicative of a coach coming out of Florida. So this beautiful flooring is the standard flooring for the Essex product. And what's interesting about this flooring is that, you know, we usually see it replaced with wood plank. And instead of having wood plank flooring on this coach, we actually have this really nice high gloss marbled look. And, you know, I would say that you have a more opulent crowd maybe coming out of South Beach than you do out of downtown Denver. You know, no slight to Denver at all, but we're maybe a little more down to earth, you know, a little more cowboy, if you would, a little more wood plank. So it's really fun to see this coach with the Sedona paired with this really beautiful marbled looking floor. And honestly, I think it's something that we've replaced far too often in special orders because it is absolutely one of the things that makes this coach when you walk in. Now, and of course, the true style for the 4551, you've got this huge window. And I do think it's kind of an interesting feature when you start to look at these things. You know, you never know how good you got it until you don't have it. So this is the My Rosie interface that we have, and this has been replaced now with, of course, the ATC. But it's really nice if you take a look at this. All of your, you know, tank levels, your battery levels, your AC power, your DC power, your generator indication, all your water levels, turning your water on and off, or water pump on and off, your climate control. You can turn your block heater on and off from here. Again, battery information. You could also set this to coach mode, so we are not indoor plugged in. We are going to be outdoor unplugged, we hit activate, and you'll see that it'll change all those check marks for us. You can control your floor heat. I set it to 1 today because it was pretty chilly when we got out here. And then you've got all of your awnings that can be set in and out. So your dresser awning here, I'm going to put my shades down first. Let's go ahead and go back to shades. Okay, so we're going to do the rear, let's see, area right here, and we're going to do the dresser. We're going to go ahead and pull that up. So go ahead and take a look out this window. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go ahead and put your shades down, so or your awnings down. So this is one of my favorite things about this coach, is I really love the fact that you can actually go through here and let's go to awnings. Here we go. So we're going to go to dresser out. Take a look at this. This is one of the best features about these higher end Newmar products. I love these power window awnings. So you have this really cool awning. You can see it's kind of coming out over here. And so if you have any kind of, you're gonna have to go down, babe, and look, there you go, way up. There it is. So if you have any kind of sun coming in this coach and you're trying to keep it cool, it's so nice. You've got this huge awning, but as you can see, Christina couldn't even see it really from her angle because it doesn't impede your view. The other thing that's really nice about this coach is that it's gone to these new windows that actually, he never opened this. I'm beginning to believe him. There you go. I told him, I said, our new cabinet design might cover up your opening window. And he's like, I never opened that window, Katie. But so now you've got these great bonded windows, and you can see we still have a screen there, so you can have that awning out coming in and have that screen open, so you don't have the bugs coming in, all in this beautiful bedroom. Now, carpet lined adjustable shelves here on the top, another great storage space. Of course, nice and quiet going down the road. You've got your 43-inch smart TV, and you've got 2 of these dressers. All of your gadgets can be plugged in up here, and this is a stationary shelf, and then this is also stationary. So adjustable on the left, stationary on the right, and then huge deep pocket drawers. And again, all solid maple, all dovetail finishes. So 6 drawers, a huge closet in the back, just a really, really nice upfitting. And then on top of it, take a look at this. Such a beautiful headboard, so regal, really lovely tufting here in your lambrequin. Of course, you've got your big storage here. There are grommets on both the left and the right hand side, and there is a 110 outlet there. And then as well, we're going to take a look here. This little circle is to charge your cell phone. So if you want to charge your cell phone while you're going to bed at night, you don't have to plug it in. But if you did decide to plug it in, you've got your outlets here. And starting in this bottom cabinet here, you can see we have your air mattress as well. And then you have your air pump underneath here, as well as a ton of additional storage. So huge place to keep all of your extra stuff. And as you'll note, you've got just this beautiful design and woodworking throughout the entire coach. So even under the bed, you know, they have this beautiful adornment, such a classy coach. Of course, that ties into over your bed and your ceiling work, as well as on either side of your slide bump outs. Just really, really luxurious look in this coach. These solid pocket doors, of course, give you lots of privacy if you want to keep everyone out. Oh, Christina, come on through. Let me show you the back. Again, this antique mirroring is throughout this coach. It is so pretty. Look how beautiful that is. And I'll show you, it ties into a number of different places. And for those of you that are really into interior decorating, of course, you know it's really interesting where you can bring in these little details that really show the thought that came in from the manufacturer in putting this coach together. Now in this pantry, one of my favorite features, which was new in 2023, is this great cupboard space. And you can see they've really made the best of use for it. You could put slide covers in there. You could put your quart pots, your frying pans, so much better storage. And then you've got this little pop-out guy that pulls and covers your pantry drawers so they don't slide out while you're going down the road. And that engages automatically as soon as you put the coach into drive. Now you only have 4 drawers here because of this small space down below, but what it's done is it's given you the ability to take all of your pots and pans out of your cabinets and into your pantry area, so you have more room in your cabinet area in the kitchen. Now you'll notice also that we have this Bosch refrigerator. It has the dispenser for not only water but also crushed or cubed ice on the door. This was a big deal for 2023, something we're really excited about. And again, I think what's so impressive about this is literally, you guys, this is the coach. This is how it came in. And I wasn't surprised when I met with my clients the first time and they invited me into their coach. It was spotless then. So when it came back from Florida on Friday, I was like, you know what, you guys, just get the outside rinsed off. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a video of this for my Monday video, because I already know how clean it is. I already know how nice this coach is gonna be. And for anyone who's looking for a coach like this, the price is something we do not discuss online because of the fact there are so many places that we may post this that restrict pricing on the internet. But I can talk about the original MSRP of this coach. The original MSRP of this coach was $1,108,715,000. Again, $1,108,715,000. And I'll tell you what, that's not the price anymore. If you're looking for a deal on a 2023 Essex, this is going to be a great deal for you. Okay, excuse me. So I want to walk in this little bathroom here. And I say little, it's really not tight or confined feeling. As you can see, when I'm sitting here on my porcelain throne, I've got plenty of room, plenty of knee space. But most importantly, if I'm going to be doing my makeup in here and I want to be able to have the lights be really good, I have all these different accent lights and mirror lights I can turn on. So I've got this really bright mirror light. I've got these beautiful glass back subway tiles. I've got my beautiful glass basin sink. And again, this poor little undermount sink is all winterized. Probably the coldest this coach has ever been. My TP dispenser, central vac. And then here I have, of course, another little place to keep all my hand towels. But if I was gonna do my makeup in here, I would have such a great little makeup drawer, don't you think? How fantastic! And I could open my blind for a little bit of natural light as well. And then up here above this, you'll see that brains the operation. And so this is where you have your breaker box and all of your fuses. And this coach honestly just went to Newmar for service again. They really take great care of their product. And again, as I was mentioning, this was only the mid part of their trip. They made it all the way through to the West Coast, all the way through around the north, back down to Florida again, before they were finished with their trip. I think they've got a home in Maryland and one in Florida. So this coach is not one of those coaches that's been sitting in a barn, atrophying. It's been driven, it's been used, and it's been loved. And so that's one of the things that's really nice, is that they've actually been able to keep up on all the little things that needed to be corrected for it. And honestly, it's one of the reasons that we paid as much as we did for it, because it was in such good conditioning. We knew we had very limited reconditioning necessary to put this coach onto market for you. All of that being said, we will still do our full house PDI, and then the reason that we had come in is they came in for chassis service, because we are also a bona fide chassis shop as well. So we have a whole house side, a whole chassis side. You'll always have, a generator service. You'll always have, your oil change. We do an alignment here. We also do the whole house service. We'll do a slide service, air conditioner service. We'll also do the Oasis service. So, we always make sure that these coaches are ready for you to get back on the road with before we put you on the road in them. All of that being said, Newmar is such a great organization because they support our clients. So these folks just went in and had some additional little things, ironed out, if you will, at the factory. So this coach is really bullets. If you're looking for a really solid coach with a really good pedigree and a great track record, this is the one. Now, when we walk into this kitchen, you'll say, wow, look at all of that counter space. Well, guess what? It's even more. You've got this push-to-release shelf here. So you've got this huge island, a really, really nice kitchen. But this is what we changed for them in the next coach. They did that big U-shaped kitchen with a smaller shower. So push the bedroom back and the big U-shape up here because they like to cook. And I think if I was in here, of course, I have a Superstar, so I have a lot less cabinet space. But man, I don't even know what I would do with all of this stuff. if I had this in my Superstar, I would use it for my coffee pot and my toaster, but you could do that in that back closet that they have. I mean, I don't even know. And this is adjustable. I mean, so much room. A great little spice rack up above your microwave and convection oven. And you'll notice that this is not the Whirlpool, this is the Bosch to match your refrigerator. So really nice Bosch microwave and convection oven. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, tons of storage space because you don't need to keep your pots and pans in here any longer. You're able to keep those in that pantry. And although these are looking like very large drawers, as you can imagine, when they come out on that island, they're a little more narrow. But I love the way that Newmar disguises that front fascia and makes it all look very well. Another thing I love about this coach is the fact that it does not have the wood paneling on the refrigerator anymore. That went away in 2023. That was all the way through 2022. Again, 2022 was the last iteration of the Essex before it came into this new design. And as you can see, does it even look like anyone ever went camping in here? I promise you they did. They spent a lot of time on the road. Great couple. So happy that we're going to have them back. I think about January is when we're expecting to see them, maybe the beginning of February. And you'll see that coach. I'll do a video of that coach for them there. There we go. A little bit of something that needs to get vacuumed out. I mean, honestly, try not to say names, but my gosh, they did such a nice job taking care of this little coach. So impressed when I saw it come in on Friday. So great storage space here in the kitchen. And then I love the sink. You know, it's so funny. For some reason, they always like to do kind of a funky shaped sink for the Essex. But this is a really nice sink. You've got a good deep basin here on your vegetable side. Another nice deep basin on your non-vegetable or your regular sink side. Nice sink covers. Of course, you've got your spray and pour feature in your faucet. And then again, I love this two-tone. I actually, all of my jewelry is two-tone brushed nickel and gold today in honor of this coach. And of course, if we didn't have all of our appliances matching, we wouldn't be Newmar. Take a look at these. Never been used. These little cutting boards in the back. They must have had a nice little wood one that they carried with them because neither one of them has a slice in it. But a 3-burner induction cooktop as opposed to the standard true induction 2-burner cooktop. Again, another Bosch product. And then you'll see down here below, we've got this beautiful courtesy lighting. You can just see those little tiny pin LED lights the whole way through. But one of my favorite aspects of this coach is right here. I love, we never see this. This is such a King Air feature. So to be able to sit down together, side by side, and honestly, the love between these two was so palatable. They are such a supportive couple, you know, to each other. All the decisions that we made on the new product, I mean, I think we have probably 2 pages of specials. I mean, we really did it up and made it exactly what they were looking for because they loved their Essex and they wanted to come up with, if they were going to change anything about this coach, we wanted to make the next one perfect, which I really think we did. Now, that being said, the funny thing is they loved the exterior paint. So the Westminster paint job that you see on the outside is absolutely gorgeous. Lots of marine blues. So if I was to take the Westminster paint and put it into the contemporary graphics on a 2026 Essex, this is what it would look like. And at first, they wrote back, they said, that's what we want to do. We want to keep what we had. And I said, you guys are in Florida. It's really hot. Are you sure you don't want to do this? So we came up with the same colors in a different rendition. Now, the reason I'm showing this to you is because as you are consumers in the marketplace, please understand, one of the things that Newmar allows you to do is to actually customize the paint color on your coach, customize what your table settings like, customize what your flooring looks like. I know we keep talking about, you know, how this could have been a wood plank, but that's such a cool thing. Very few manufacturers allow you to come through and really make your motorhome a home. You know, a lot of these RVs that are out there on the road, you know, you drive in and you're like, oh, there's Sal and Barbara, they got the same paint we got, you know, they got that different third interior. Not here. I mean, you walk into these Newmars, you get things like these beautiful seats. Oh, and then here's my antique mirror. I know I mentioned that earlier, but again, just all that little tie-in detail that they have throughout this coach. It's just so fun to see how you can customize this. Now, there's 2 USB ports and 2 110 outlets here on the inside of this of this Lamborghini. Can you get back there, Christina? She's got it. There she goes. I see it. I see it. It's like acrobatic. She's like, I get my yoga in today when I get to work with Katie. Oh boy. Okay, so check this out. Going down the road, one of the best features of this coach, just slide that little puppy in and you could still sit here. So even if you wanted to have it in and you just wanted to have breakfast real quick and not pull everything out, you could still have this in and have your slides closed. Stop at a, you know, nice Harvest Host. If you didn't have a chance to get into one of those, maybe you pull into, you know, a rest stop for the evening, you could keep your slide closed and still have full use of this coach. And we're going to take a look at this. This whole slide that we're on right now is a hydraulic slide. So this goes up and then slides in, or it goes out and then comes down. I'll show you the operation of that, but the two slides on the starboard side are both electric slides. And I want to show you how that cogwheel works, because it's really one of the things that makes these coaches so bulletproof is their slide construction. And of course, Newmar invented the slide. They invented Floor, which is why we have this full tile floor. You know, but they really have, you know, spent so many years perfecting this design. And again, this 2023 Essex was really revolutionary because it took the windows that you could only get on the King Air, you know, the bonded windows. It took the lithium ion, you know, dual inverter batteries, all the things that were coming to market, and they're all in this coach. And honestly, there's not a better way to save a penny than in this RV itself. So if you're interested in it, make sure you give me a call, because I do expect it will sell fast. I know that Grant has some advertisements on Facebook, so I'll put this video there for you to see as well. Now, one of my favorite features in an Essex is going to be right here in this little panel, and I'm going to go to the home button, go to systems, and then I'm going to push this little guy here called theater mode. Now, Christina, you better get ready, because here it goes. Pan around, sister. Look at this. Lights off, accent lights on, that beautiful glow just above the kitchen, and this in the ceiling, and the light surrounds, all the day shades. You know, were down before, but now all the night shades are up. The TV, the 50-inch television is coming. We are ready to watch the next episode of Stranger Things. I've heard it's coming out soon, you guys. It really is. I'm so excited about that. But no, whatever you like to watch, though, whether it be the Broncos winning this weekend, CU tragically losing this weekend by quite a lot, unfortunately. Still a fan. But all of those things, you know, whatever you're ready to watch, it's so cool because you can do it here and you can have it immediately ready for, oh, let's see, there we go. Nightshades. Uh-oh, we better be able to get them up, huh? Ha! There we go. Night shades up, and we'll pull the day shades up so you can see those too. But yeah, so everything ready to go with the touch of a button. I love theater mode. The first time I ever sold an Essex, I'm 95% sure that the reason that Troy bought it was because of theater mode. But yeah, so I just love this. So now you can see all this beautiful light coming into this coach. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to show this way, is because honestly, when you're, you know, out camping, you're typically only in your coach when it's kind of dreary outside. And as you can see, it's not bleak and snowing yet, but it certainly is not bright and sunny as it has been, you know, this whole summer. But this coach feels so light and so bright. Now, this is the theater seating. In 2026, it is kind of cool because they have a hard surface right here, but you'll still have the integrity of this great storage down below. And much like myself, I'm pretty sure that they really didn't use this a whole lot, but it does have the tablet that you can use to operate the My Rosie system if you don't use the panels. You've got your controller for the Bose soundbar, and then you've got that, you know, big master controller that controls everything. But as you can see, everything is original packages. The original books are down below. We'll see those when we go outside. Even the instruction manual on how to program the master remote. And then of course we've got our nice lighted cup holders with our USB ports here on the inside as well. And mentioned this earlier, but again, these big bonded windows are something that was all new for 2023. Look at the amount of view you have. And we are so blessed to have those Rocky Mountains behind us to show off this great view that you have. Now, up above here we have storage. Great place to keep some board games. Right below your sound bar, of course. So nice to have that sound bar. In the king area, the sound bar is actually on top of the TV, so you have to put the TV up. I like the fact that it's out here in the Essex. So I'm much more likely to be using my sound bar than my television. And again, another nice cabinet here. And then also you'll note that here we have, on this side, 2 110 outlets and USB ports, and then another 2 110 outlets and USB ports, another 2 110 outlets and USB ports. And then of course another 43-inch television. I think that we're up to 3 TVs and we haven't even gotten outside yet. Now you'll notice little details like this beautiful top stitching in the coach. And I want to go ahead and turn this on. So some of the things that you get when you get into this Essex product, standard 360 camera, and you can see that here, and then over here on the, oh shit, we lost the Jeep camera as well. Now you can change the views of this, and whenever you change them, both people are seeing them. But you know, keep in mind, if you're trying to see if there's somebody at your front door, you can literally look and see who's standing there just by putting on your right turn signal. Now, if I sit here on my brake and start my coach, it is push button start. It is not memory programmable. You have to get a King Air if you want memory programmable seats. And if you do that, then I get number 3, and I only have to borrow it on weekends. Now, one of the things I'll tell you is the tire pressure is way off on this because of the fact that it is here in Colorado and not in Florida where it's really warm. But you have your in-dash tire pressure monitoring systems here. You've got your Mobileye, you've got your distance-based cruise control, you've got your information for your engine, you've got your messages, so if you had any kind of issue like low tire pressure, you can change the brightness, all of your air leveling systems, everything is right here in the system, in the center, adaptive cruise control, so all of these features here. And then you'll also note that we have blind spot assist as well as a turn signal integrated into the mirror. I really like that. It kind of just tells people, hey, I'm gonna change lanes. Another great feature, a nice place here to wirelessly charge your phone. Oh, there is memory programmable seats. Well, heck. Okay, one for you, one for your wife, and one for me. And like I said, well, I don't even need it on weekends, like maybe just once a month, like for 5 or 6 days. No, I'm just kidding. The Kurt Spectrum integrated brake controller is here. You also have, you'll see this little button here, where is it, where it says heavy tow. So if you had a heavy payload, this coach has a 20,000 pound towing capacity. It has 1,950 foot-pounds of torque. That's like so ridiculous. The front fan here where it says high, off, and low is for your hydronic heat, not for your little fans up above. And then your overhead fans are here, and that's where you have high, medium, and low for this guy. So again, this is for heat, this is for cool. You've got your docking lights, courtesy lights. I've got my generator running for some reason. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. I don't know why I have that on. And then I've got my visor controls. I get a lot of people that ask me if you can have these down while you're driving, and you can. And you can even have the front driver or the front visor down to a certain level. So since the coach is on now, this is a good time to show you. This is as low as it will go with the engine running, but you can have that down in place. Now over here, you'll see you can dump your tag manually. You can turn your engine brake on and off. It's got a high, medium, and low setting. The Allison 4000 transmission here. So again, you can manually shift this, or you can just leave it in automatic. And then here you've got your computerized leveling jacks. And these hydraulic jacks are powered by HWH, which powers not only our hydraulic leveling jacks, but also powers our hydraulic slide. And then down below here, I mean, honestly, do you think they ever used these drawers? Oh, 15,607 miles on this coach. It does have the Tyron on the wheels. It's not something that we carry here at the dealership, but if that's important to you, it's already installed. I know that, I think that they do sell that at North Trail. And then over here, you'll see 6-way power recliner, and this does have, of course, the full reclining setting. So when you're going down the road, you can go ahead and put your feet up, or you could turn this around and have not only the 2 theater seats, but also these 2 recliners on top of it. And then up here, you'll see we have a little place to keep your water bottles, anything that you have while going in motion. They have the original touch-up paint for this coach here as well. And then also you'll note that you do have another window that is opening here, so you can get some fresh air while you're going down the road. And if you want to be able to hand me a beer and you've got more than a 12 pack, you could just slide it up here. No, this is really so that you can see out the window while you're driving down the road, which I think is quite nice. And then I do want to show the step cover. And I know for those of you that have watched these videos a million times, this may be redundant, but for someone who's never seen an Essex before, this is pretty freaking amazing, right? So you don't have to worry about Fido falling into the stairwell, nor your wife if you slam on the brakes in rush hour traffic in Florida. All nice little benefits. And then it just drops down and slides into place very easily. It's kind of funny, after you do this for a while, you get these trade-ins, and the iterations of their stepwell covers have changed over the years. They're much better than they used to be, let's put it that way. Little storage up top here as well. Great place for some binoculars and a birding book maybe. Maybe if you have like a little ledger that you use to keep track of your services and your fuel economy, you could do that there. And then you'll see we've got our Girard awnings. Ooh, if I start my generator, I have to my generator started to do this. Maybe that's why I had that on. Let's see if we can we'll let it go for a few seconds. We'll see if I can get them to come out. So your wine guard here is going to tell you we have 14 regular TV stations available in this area. The way that you do that is that you just push this little button and it goes through and it actually will search for everything for you. Oh, it found another one. Now we got 15. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. So let's go 0 out. And we'll see. So I had them out earlier. It got a little blustery. They all went back in, but we'll see if we can get these awnings out for the video. And then here we'll see we've got our slide control, we've got our step control, and then all of our privacy drapes and our security lights for the driver's security lights and passenger security lights. And then you'll notice also we have here we have a security sensor. So this coach does have the upgraded alarm system on the inside of it as well. That was an optional feature in 23. So come on down here with me, Christina. Let's go ahead and have you come into the middle over here and then face back. We're gonna go ahead and put these slides in. So I wanna start off by showing off this right-hand slide. So we're gonna go ahead and pop up. Which is very dramatic. And then slide in. Now I will say that is something that we would catch on our PDI, probably a little silicone in that track. Again, you'll have a full slide service on this coach. Again, this is such an impressive coach. The fact that it's never been serviced since it got here and it's been out on the road driving around all summer long, and this is how clean it is. I just love an opportunity to show people videos like this because sometimes seeing something before the dealerships got a hold of it to fix it up really shows off how nice it is. So now we're going to be able to see this walking space. And again, this walking space is so cool because of that little table. You have so much more room than you normally do when you have the booth. Now you'll note that this little monitor up here is the same monitor that we had in the center of the coach before. So you've got 2 of these displays. This one's a little bit bigger, but again, you could still operate all the same things that we covered earlier from this slide or from this controller as well. So I just want to show you, I'm going to go back and get my clipboard and my phone before we go outside, but as you can see, yeah, you might have to turn a little sideways if you're on the larger side, but I mean, honestly, plenty of walking room, really easy to get into the bathroom. You've got plenty of access to the refrigerator. You can get into your freezer. You can get into both sides, and you can also get into your pantry. So I know that these are things that people are constantly asking me about. Oh, do you have access? And as I mentioned, you could pull the table out. It might get a little tight, but you could sit here and just have breakfast and then jump on the road really easily in this coach. So let's go ahead and take it outside. I wanted to cover, in fact, it's so funny because I completely blew through all my notes. Before we go outside, you know, because it's freezing, I'm just going to sit down and go over what I wrote down about this coach because a lot of things change, a lot of things stay the same. So things that we're kind of used to having, 105-gallon freshwater tank. This has got an 80-gallon gray water tank, a 60-gallon black water tank, a 15-gallon tank, a 20,000-pound towing capacity, a 12.5 quiet diesel generator, 12.5 kilowatt quiet diesel generator, 83 inches of height. Super impressive on that one. A 150-gallon fuel capacity, 605 horsepower, 1,950 foot-pounds of torque. And then again, this is the K3 engine with the ISX 15. The decor on the outside is the Westminster. Very popular paint scheme. If you want to redo Westminster on a coach, they won't redo the graphics, like the style of them, but they can put those different colors into, as I showed you earlier, the graphics that are available for the RV that you're ordering. So if you love this coach, but an Essex is maybe out of reach for you, but you want this look on a Ventana, I can help you get there. Right now I've got 6 coaches that will deliver by the end of February coming in on order. I've got another couple coming into order today. I've got another couple coming into order tomorrow. I've got one coming in on the 15th. I do a ton of special orders. I know the process really well. I have all the little like tricks and trades that you need to have to get that coach just right. And I got a lot of questions for you when you put your order together, so keep me in mind. Now this is the Paragon interior. So as you're looking through your books, if you would like me to email you the original brochure for this, I would be happy to. Again, and I know we've talked about this. This is the Sedona glazed high maple interior, or Sedona glazed maple high gloss interior. And then let's just talk about the things that happen. So this coach was ordered with a dishwasher, the monitor on the passenger side, the rear camera prep for a stacker trailer is already wired, the security system, it has the universal toll module, it has the Wi-Fi system with the Everest router, which is the higher end one, and it has the Winegard SK2 satellite dish. Now keep in mind, I would very much be happy to put a Starlink system on top of this. But if you want to come in with some receivers and use this to the traditional cable, you're welcome to. Starlink seems to be trumping that in a lot of places, especially since all of these TVs are smart TVs, but that's up to you. We talked about the dinette in the U-shape. Oh, the driver's seat has the driver's and passenger seats both have massage features. So I love massage seats. Have them on my car. I think they're great. It has the optional SantaCon system. It has the optional the buddy plug, the 120 volt cord with for a stacker trailer. It has a stainless steel trim. It has the storage trays in all 3 bays where they're available, and it has the optional kitchen window. So it's pretty much, as we would like to say, loaded. Let me go back to my notes. I'm going to go to my outside page to make sure I don't forget anything. We talked about the Whirlpool with a 220 amp dryer. And upscale features, luxury interior, solid wood cabinets, cedar seating, theater mode, heat pumps. Oh, we didn't talk about 3 15,000 BTU air conditioners with heat pumps. We did talk about the heated floors. And then, if I didn't say it, this coach is all electric. There is no propane on board. It's heated with your Oasis system. And one of the things that's cool about the Oasis system is that reservoir is 8 gallons, which gives it a lot of heating power for your forced air entry to heat your coach. So that, coupled with heated floors and heat pumps, I mean, you're just not going to be cold in here. But the other thing that's really cool about the Oasis system is it's got 3 filaments. There's 2 AC 1 and 2, which you can run off of your plug-ins. So if you're plugged into 30 or 50 amp, you can keep that coach nice and warm without having to use your diesel burner. But if you want that water piping hot, like we're talking, like I've got to turn it down hot, you can do that with this Oasis system by running that diesel heating system. The other thing that's cool about that, though, is you can also do that without having any kind of power. So you don't have to be plugged in to 30 or 50 amp to run your diesel heater. So you can keep this coach warm even if you stop somewhere, for a night or two, before you get to your next destination. Yeah, so this used to have the 8 AGM batteries on it, but again, this has starting in 2023, they came up with this whole lithionic system with the 2 inverters. It really revolutionized the industry, and it's now become kind of a standard, if I'm honest. Most of these big coaches, especially, it's standard on an Essex. It's optional on the London Air, but it's even optional on like a Dutch Star these days. So, oh, it looks like, okay, I didn't get both of my awnings this day, but I got 2, which is better than usual. Probably go in by the time we get done with our shot, but that's okay. So I wanted to just show you a few things. So first of all, this is a blind spot sensor. There's 3 of these on each side, so a total of 6. And right here is where you would normally have your flagpole mounted. So you don't have a flagpole mount here. So if you want one, let me know. For those of you who watch my videos for a long time, you'll understand this, the funny little joke about that. Here's your doorbell. One of the nice features about this coach is you can leave your keys behind, lock your door, come back later. I did turn all of our lights on so we can see all these docking lights as we go through. Again, dual fill, 150 gallon fuel tank. This is that beautiful Alcoa rim. Now, of course, when we get into these bigger tires or these bigger coaches, we have the 365s on the front. A lot of people will talk about that. And then push button baggage doors. This is a big deal for this product in 2023. If you're interested in ordering a coach from me that has push button baggage doors, I can actually install that on a lot of the different coaches. So you can have on it anything you want. All it takes is money. And you'll notice, look at how far out this is coming. So this is a great Dometic. It has, adjustable sides. You can do freezer and refrigerator, freezer, however you'd like to set it up. And you can tell, it's been used, but dang, everything is so freaking clean. There's the books. But when this is out like this, it would be out past the slide, even if it was all the way extended, which is just another nice feature. Here, of course, is all important fourth television, because if you don't have 3, you might as well have 4. Also, the sound bar. My TV is down below. I like the location of it down below for me because I don't have a casita. For those of you with a casita, of course, higher is better. But one of the things that's nice about having it up here, that awning's about to go in. It's bouncing, folks, it's bouncing. Before it bounces too much, just show the door awning. So that's kind of what the window awnings will look like. So I don't have this one deployed here in the living room area, but that's another awning that you could put out in terms of what is an individual window awnings. But they are going to pop back in. But no, so having your TV up here means you could have access to your sound bar, which is kind of nice. And then, as I mentioned earlier, it has all of the slides that you can get. We're only going to open one to the full extent. And the reason I'm going to do that is I just want to show you how you get all the way out to 60%, which means you can load the center of your slide from either side of the coach. It's pretty amazing how far out it goes. And then there's your beautiful full plank tile floor. Again, I love this Essex tile. And, keep an eye out for this video because it has the same flooring. Totally different interior, 2-tone cabinets, different booth setup. Everything is so custom. It's such an exciting coach. It's gonna be probably one of the best RVs that I've ever built. I'm pretty excited about it. So there's the desk that can go on the side of your passenger chair. She didn't like it, so they took it off, but we left it here for you. If you'd like us to put it back on, we'd be happy to do so. And then here's this third bay. And again, this is a half tray, but still huge, huge tray. And then this is, of course, where you have access to your indoor and outdoor vacuum. This is a great place to be able to, vacuum off your paddle boards, your dog, your husband. And then there are all the awning controls over there. There's little white boxes along the wall for your awnings. Oh, on the left, babes. There we go. Yep, those are the awning controls. I just like having those outside in case it comes up and it gets blustery. Here it's just a little gusty from time to time. It's not like I'm worried about the awnings ripping off. But if you felt like, oh my gosh, I've got to put them in, you don't have to run inside and look for the remote. Of course, this is a nice feature. You have your beautiful, top shelf and bottom shelf mixer area for all of your beverages, another blind spot sensor, another docking light. But this is what I wanted to show you, that cog wheel. So there's a little wheel that has teeth on it and they just roll in. And every rotation is one full turn, get your slide out a little further, but they're just bulletproof. So you can see there's 2 here, and this is gonna be on both the front side and this rear side here, as opposed to the other side, which is gonna be that hydraulic slide. Now you'll notice we have an innie over here and an outie over here. In 2021, Spartan really made a huge play in the marketplace. They took this back pivot for your passive tag axle from 10 degrees to 17 degrees. So this coach, the turning radius starts here in the middle of this tire to the middle of the front. So this has got a very, very precise turning radius. It's going to be very easy to park. This is one of the best features of having one of these big 45-foot buses with a tag axle is your drive axle is, of course, supporting a lot of the weight, but that extra support is coming from this tag. And that's why you have a 20,000-pound towing capacity, even though you have a coach that actually has, you know, an ISX, you know, 15-liter engine in it. So very, very impressive engineering by Spartan on this K3 chassis. Here's that 15-gallon DEF tank. And then I just want to point over here, emergency suspension fill panel. So if you ever needed to air up an airbag individually, I can only think of one time when we had to do it. Brian and I we dragged the compressor like from across the street at our chassis shop all the way over here to our house side. And we had to air up a King Air because the airbag had gotten so low it wouldn't read. But you got a little bit of air in there. It started to be able to see where it was in the world, aired right up, everything was fine. But that's what that emergency fill station is for. And it's just cool that you have access to it right there for your technician. Of course, a true Spartan chassis or Spartan fashion, they love to have their chassis batteries and their whole service center right here, easily accessible. You know, you can change your water separator, your fuel separator. They always like to make these things very easy for you to access. Oil, for instance. But here's that beautiful ISX marriage to this beautiful Spartan chassis. And again, this coach has literally just come in. It's got 15,000 miles on it. It's going to give you a great buy for somebody. Oh, and this is also where you'll find your Oasis juice. If you mention that you watched my video, I'll get you a gallon of Oasis juice. You're much better off asking me for it when you buy your coach than trying to order it off of Amazon Prime in the middle of a forest. Now your Voyager camera system, again, we talked about it's pre-wired. You've also got your safe haul system for your tow vehicle already set up. You've got a 20,000-pound receiver here in your 7-pin connector, and then another blind spot assist sensor, your side radiator, access to your DEF from both sides, so dual fill DEF tanks. It's a place where you can tell we haven't cleaned it out. This has never had anything in it, probably, because, you know, honestly, there's like a little, like a spider web in here. Here, you take a look. If you think I cleaned this coach, I swear to you, like this is how clean it is. It just, I mean, we haven't really done anything to recondition this coach. But that's where you keep your gloves. As I said earlier, the coach does have the SantaCon system, and one of the features that's very special about the Essex is that the Essex has the mana block system. So this mana block system is only available in the King Air and the Essex. It gives you the availability of turning off zone dependent water. So if you have a leak in your shower, or you've got, you know, something's going on in your center lavatory, you can go ahead and turn off just that one zone. Your freshwater hose is on a power reel, and then you do have a digital display outside. You also have gray and black tank rinse. And if you buy the coach from me, remind me to give you a clear housing for your whole house water filter, because I like when you can see what they look like on the inside without taking them off, especially if there's water in there or not, you know, like if you're gonna go to unscrew it, like how much water do I have to prepare myself for? But anyway, there's an outdoor shower with hot and cold, and also a toilet paper. It's a really big roll of toilet paper right there. No paper towel dispenser. And watch this, will just ratchet up and close, and that of course happens so that you can have the side fully deployed when you are getting into your bays. Your power cord is on a power reel. There's also a little grommet down here below, so you can either run it through there or run it through the floor. That grommet's really designed to run that buddy plug out the bottom. It's right next to your surge protector and your cable outlet. And do note there are LED lights in all of these bays. So here is that dual loop Chinook system. This came into play in 2022. The benefit of having two loops, so you can see supply 1 and supply 2, is just when you got that 8-gallon reservoir and it's putting that hydronic fluid out in 2 different directions, it has less surface area to cover before it makes it back home to get heated up again. So it's just going to give you more efficient heating of the coach. And then this is the awning that we put out on camera earlier. So there's that opening window. So again, these nice bonded windows are opening, but it's just nice. Like you can see, if you had the heat coming in that window, it could get really hot. And then this entire window here has another awning. So you can really keep the sun out of your coach, keep it nice and cool. And of course, if you're not plugged into power, you can still run that center air conditioner because of the fact that you've got these 2 inverters. So there's dual inverters. As you can see, we have 640 amp hours with our Lithionics system here. There is room for a 3rd battery if you wanted to get up to that 960. We'd be happy to help you with that here at Transwest. We do it all the time. Again, dual fill, 150 gallon tank, nice docking lights. I don't have the engine on, I can't show you the generator. 12,500 watt quiet diesel generator. All the brains of the operation, as you can see, very well organized. And then I want to come on around. So we had the new headlights in 2023, so this has got the updated headlights. But what I was curious about, here Christina, you can just stay in the front for a second, I'll be right back. I want to get the weight rating off of this coach, because I think the carry capacity is something ridiculous. No, I can't find the little yellow sticker. If you write into me, I want to say that this has got almost 10,000 pounds of carry capacity and a 20,000 pound towing capacity. So you can put a lot of stuff in this coach, probably more than you could ever try to even fit, and still tow 20,000 pounds responsibly, because that's how Newmar does stuff. They don't take the carry capacity and subtract the towing capacity, to make it all balance out. They actually say, here's your carry capacity, and you could still have, a big old stacker and, a bunch of toys in the back of this. Now, as you'll note here, there's no windshield wipers visible. That is, of course, part of the luxury line. There's your Mobileye. And then you are looking at stock number 5U250979. Again, 5U250979. And if you haven't watched one of my videos before, my name is Katie O'Neill. You can always get a hold of me at 303-562-8659. Again, 303-562-8659. Please let me know how I can get you out on the road and camping.